take a look at, see, when we talk about autoimmune disorders, one thing that comes to our mind is rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease, and also see, in arthritis there are two kinds of arthritis. One is rheumatoid and one is osteoarthritis. When Sister Revati was sharing this, the cracking sound that she heard when she was getting up the stairs, that is, usually osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis used to be thought of. It is happening because of overuse of the joints, and as you overuse the joints, and joints are getting old, and that is why that's there, because of the wear and tear, osteoarthritis is setting in. No such thing, because in the recent research, see, rheumatoid arthritis has an immune system component to it, autoimmunity component, and even osteoarthritis also has autoimmune component to it. So that is according to the latest research. So every disease that we see, has immune. So as an immune system, immune dysfunction. Almost all, if you look at any 70 to 80% of the diseases, are caused by an immune system dysfunction. Okay, and let's look at autoimmune disease. So autoimmune disease, Sister Uma Prakash garu shared that about 2015 or so, she got dengue fever, and after that, she started suffering with joint pains and unbearable pains in the joints, and later on she was diagnosed with autoimmune disorder called rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, and also these autoimmune disorders, they just don't show up when you were born, but at a later time. So most of the autoimmune disorders, they show up at a later time, later in life, when you were afflicted with some kind of infection, some disease, or when the body is fighting against like dengue or chikungunya or something like some other disease like that. So that is when this as the body is trying to deal with that crisis, this autoimmunity develops. So one of the things that I always talk about is, the energy production mechanisms in the body and energy utilization mechanisms in the body. So every tissue in our body, every joint in our body needs energy for it to function properly. Okay, and same thing with this autoimmune disorders as well. Autoimmune disorders are characterized by, see, when we are fighting any infection. In that fight, see, for any fight, let's say any nation is fighting a war, let's say, and in that war, if that nation is ill-equipped, it does not have enough paraphernalia, or it does not have enough ammunition, then what happens? That nation suffers loss. It is the similar analogy here. If you are heading into an infection, if you are heading into a fight ill-prepared, if your body does not have proper ammunition, proper nutrition, proper vitamins, all the vital nutrients, if it is lacking in those, and if you're going into that infection ill-prepared, the outcomes are going to be worse than when you are comparing yourself to a person who is going into it prepared. See, that is the reason why many people suffer these infections, but each person's outcome is different. Some people recover in 2 days, some people may recover in 3 days, 5 days, and 10 days, and some people may not recover for 2, 3, 4 months. Why? Because nutritional status of each of these individuals is different. Why? Because each time so each person has their own way of doing things, and their own way of eating things, their own way of they have, some people may not like this, that, and all kinds of things, and also add to that the complexity of this modern lifestyle and modern diets and modern packaged products that are available, which are completely devoid of this nutrition. And also humanity has come a long way into designing things that taste like the original thing, but completely devoid of the nutrition the original things contain. With respect to, let's say, we have any packaged products, these cereals, we know how to flavor them to taste like oranges or fruit flavors. or any flavor that we want. Because the flavor science and flavor chemistry is one of the biggest disciplines. And we know with the advent of this spectroscopy, mass spectroscopy, we know exactly the flavor profiles of these molecules, and without having without having the content of those flavors, we know how to flavor. We even know how to make the cardboard taste like the real food. And that is how the human nutrition has evolved in the latest times. So we are consuming things out of packages, and we are consuming things that have been sprayed with chemicals that are detrimental, that are harmful to our health. So that is how we are ending up. See, when your body is challenged with this with these chemical inputs, and each body responds to it differently, because our bodies are so complex. One person may not respond the same way as the next person. So our bodies are very complex, and the systems are very complex, and your immune system is very complex as well. And add to that the deficiencies of vitamins, minerals, and all these and any number of enzymes and coenzymes and all these things. So add to that, it adds to the complexity of our response to a challenge like an infection. So when we go into an infection without proper preparation or proper nutrients, that is when we suffer a lot, and the body, in trying to protect itself, it develops these conditions called these autoimmune conditions.